In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What's up, big dog?
Hey, what's up, big dog? That's the secret. That's that code word that sets me off in my CIA training.
Oh
Unlocks
God!
my sleeper agent status.
Holy shit! It's Chadwick Bourne.
Yeah. Did someone say big dog? It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm doing all right, man.
Good.
I'm a tired big dog, but I'm ready to rock and roll.
I
How
know
are you?
you look like you just stepped out of a work meeting. You
It
got the
doesn't
fully buttoned
stop.
up shirt.
It doesn't
You
stop,
got your
bro.
hair is like somewhat kempt. Um, and I'm just slumming it over here, drinking some spin drifts.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink
Yeah,
some PBR. So let me
like
let
a
me church
recovering
it up a little
degenerate.
bit. How are you doing,
Mhm.
man?
I'm good.
I tried to get it
It's
when
a,
you.
it's
I tried to time that when you had that awkward swallow effect going on. So
perfect.
it was.
Yes, this is ideal. God, imagine when we start recording our late night confidential episodes, and we're doing that, but like it'll be with like a beer bong full of Smirnoff Ice or something.
I thought you were gonna say
Um,
human semen, but okay, yeah, go ahead.
no, no, no. We wouldn't do that we wouldn't do that with human. Um,
It's,
no, no,
it's
no,
way too
no.
expensive.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Racehorse. Um, but no.
Is
The
that cheaper?
by the way, uh, horrible segue, real quick.
Okay.
To lead off the pod. So,
Uh-huh.
God, okay. I feel like this was a okay. Quick rewind. This was a while ago. Trivia. I did a trivia night thing with some
Mhm.
homies, and the question was, this was actually a long time ago, so I don't even really remember what the answer was.
Mhm.
I think it might have been horseshoe crab blood,
Okay.
but the question was, what is the most expensive liquid on Earth? And my
Hmm.
vote, and I answered it with racehorse semen, like prize winning racehorse semen.
Yeah.
Um, and they said it was wrong. It was something else, like horseshoe crab blood, or I don't know. But I still think I was right. I
I
protested. I'm
I
not I'm not
definitely.
I'm not like protest a trivia night at your local pub guy, but like I don't know, man. Racehorse semen, pretty spendy.
Your answer tracks for two reasons.
Hmm.
You said semen, and it's you.
Sure.
First track, second track. That
Mhm.
seems like it'd be very expensive. I get what you're doing because I
Yeah.
know like breeding racetrack horses is like
Uh-huh.
very expensive, right? So I'm assuming the semen itself has some relatively high value to it. But I have heard about horseshoe crab blood. I think it's used in a lot of like ancient medicines, like in medicines in quotations.
Well,
I
I think it.
think,
My understanding is there's some.
or it goes into gas station boner pills. I can't. One
I
of
think it's
those.
both,
Yeah,
but
and it should.
yeah, that's why I actually buy the Rhino 5000 pills and just grind them over like into blunts. That's what I do. But no, the
Okay, good,
yeah, good, great.
good,
Um,
good. Big
but
ups.
like no, I think the horseshoe crab blood thing is wonderful segue. The horseshoe crab blood thing. No, I think it's used in like some sort of pharmaceutical application.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
But
it's
like a real, like an
oh,
actual
really?
pharmaceutical, not like rhino horn or deer hog or any of
Like real
the deer horn
pharmaceutical, like
spray.
it's for like blood pressure, but it also helps you lose weight and makes your penis grow 3 inches and your hair comes back. Sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
But
exactly.
real pharmaceutical.
Yeah. And she'll like it too, or whatever that one with Frank Thomas. Um
Big hurt.
yeah, the big squirt. So
Mm.
um how I how did we get here? Let's
I
call.
don't.
I'm doing great. That's what I'm doing, and
Good.
it's
Good.
not because I'm abusing smokable drugs with gas station pills ground into it.
Oh,
It's because it's the end of the year.
it is.
It's about to be New Year, new me. Until then, it's old year, old me, I suppose. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, like I don't know. We sauntered into this, and I guess me talking about how you very obviously just came from work. Um, illustrates the point that we kind of just like showed up today
Yeah.
without any
Hey,
topic, and it was like, well, like we've got a whole year to draw on. The day that you're hearing this is New Year's Eve, after all.
that's true.
Um, why don't we just talk about shit we drove this year?
Let's go 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah, we drove some
yeah,
things, didn't we?
yeah. We drove some things. We rode some
Some
things.
cars.
Not the racehorse,
Oh,
but
shame.
cars.
Hmm.
Largely, just
Oh,
I don't know if we've put enough forethought into this to say like what was your favorite thing you drove this year, but
good
was
call.
it virtual?
Yeah, my backyard my back that's how tired I am, guys. My backdrop video game for the day is
What do we
Need
got?
for Speed V Rally for
Man,
the original PlayStation, and that would be Colin McRae's WRX on the cover.
there
Uh
we go.
Wish I would have drove one of these.
I know.
A shame we never got them.
Right, right.
You can
The
buy
late
an
great.
overpriced RS and like have the image, I guess.
Mhm.
What something fun I've driven this year.
Or terrible, or
I
just things
drove
that were like noteworthy. I don't know.
Well, I drove something that fits into both those categories. A Chevy Sprint Turbo, Frank. I drove.
You mean
I-
this one?
it's been one of those cars I've always looked at. It's that, so I put that on that level of the Nova Twin Cam as one of those kind of like just
Yeah.
cool like Chevy badged cars that
Mhm.
there's just something cool about them, right? And you don't see them at all. They don't really exist outside of our weird dreams and fantasies. But
Sure.
getting to drive that was a interesting experience because I went in there completely thinking it was going to be dog shit, and it had a fair amount of dog shit like mixed in there just based on
Sure.
the character of the car.
For the
But,
aroma.
dude, it is legitimately a fun car to drive. Like
Yeah.
I walked away like, dude, even like, what was it? We did the review together, and that was the first time I
Mhm.
drove it. And I'm like, the first time I hit a corner, I'm like, ooh, there's something here. There's some like competencies buried beneath this bullshit.
Yeah.
And dude, yeah, deadly, sure, but like super fun, super fun car, man.
It's the power of.
No one's ever said power about that car.
I mean, kind of. It'll dust. It'll dust those tiny tires off.
True.
God, what are they?
12-inch
I forgot
wheels.
what they're called.
Oh,
Not
your
Laufins.
no, you had the Petless Elegance.
The Petlas Elegance.
Jesus. Why did that stick in my head? I can't remember anyone important's birthday around me.
Yeah, exactly. You have
Fuck it.
children and you just
Fuck-
like don't remember.
I have what?
Excuse me. But like, no, it's just simplify and add lightness. But like,
Is that
I don't-
what it is?
it's like a GTI got like enshittified a little bit. But I don't know. I think it's more fun to drive than a Mark 1 GTI, like
Oh,
stock,
Yeah,
like
probably.
stock to stock.
That's a good.
Now it's shittier in a lot of ways.
Yeah, maybe the brakes aren't better. That's for sure.
NVH, yeah, NVH brakes. But I don't know. And who knows? It's not like mine's like this factory fresh,
Sure.
perfect example. It's pretty good, but like it's got its warts, motor mounts among them. But
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. If you want to drive a Chevy Sprint Turbo, you don't get that many opportunities in life, really. So
that's right. Yeah.
So, dude,
Yeah,
that
life's short.
honestly, that made my list for sure of like exciting cars to drive in 2025. Things I wouldn't have never, probably driven. Right? They're pretty hard to source and find. So, hell yeah.
Well, it's funny. So, speaking of simplify and add lightness in the same ethos, but wildly different performance envelope and everything compared to the Sprint Turbo is, so yesterday
Oh,
I got some little bit aggressive, not in the right forum because I was just on like city, like suburban streets.
okay.
So not where one can do anything truly fun with. But I got some good seat time in it was a Birkin Lotus 7 like replica kit car
Yeah, those are pretty dope.
with a very well-tuned, freshly coming off of $9,000 worth of tune-up and dialing in work Hayabusa swap with a sequential manual.
God,
Absolutely terrifying.
was it still chain driven, like a motorcycle?
No, it's got a
motor, or
drive. It's got a drive shaft.
Okay.
And a solid axle rear. It's built in '04,
Okay. So
and
it's
the
been
motor
around.
is from that same era. So it's carbureted.
Mm.
It's got a manual choke. But my understanding is like during the tuning, they got some numbers out of it, and whether it was like a G Tech, I don't know, but apparently they say it does roughly a 370 to 60, and it weighs I don't know what it weighs, 1,200 pounds maybe,
Definitely traction
probably
limited,
less.
right? Yeah.
1,100. I mean, I didn't. The good news is like, it's got like whatever a 13,000 RPM
Right.
red line.
Yeah.
And I did not tickle that. I probably ran it to 10 a couple of
Mm.
times.
Safe. Yeah.
But I got to like show a video and like you buy that car not to like casually drive it around. So you got to
Mm.
wind it out a little bit, which is tough on like a pockmarked
Oh
30
God.
mile an hour speed limit, like, by the Concord BART station road where
Right.
like you got to ring it out, grab second gear. But what a I don't know. It's not a suicide machine because it's
Mm-mm.
competent,
Sure.
but like how scary that thing is just driving around amongst other cars that are just like going about their daily commute on a Monday
Yeah.
is
5,000
not.
pound, 5,000 pound soccer mom SUVs cruising
Yeah, they
around.
can't
And
see me.
no, they can
My
hear
head is
you.
on like a
They
running
can,
board.
they can definitely hear you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's noisy. It's side exhaust, like, I don't know, right about where your hip is
Mm,
on the driver's side.
nice.
Um, Absolutely unhinged. Way too much car for me. I do not carry the competency to really do anything with that car other than scare myself and potentially injure myself.
Mm.
I'm not gonna hurt anyone else with it. It's the dragonfly on the windshield, but yeah, what
That's cool.
a terrifying, impossibly cool. Every person that was like, I would drive by in that thing or within a car next to me, be like, "What the hell is that?" And then wham, 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 just rev it out.
That's cool. That is cool.
Very, very cool. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of a sequential gearbox.
Yeah,
I,
they're weird.
they're weird because it's got a clutch and it's a bike motor.
Hmm.
So I'm used to just like smooth, barely feed it any pedal and just smooth takeoff in a car. And on this, you get,
Give it everything. Yep.
2,500 RPM and you're almost stalling it. And so it's like,
They're
because
great
it's a
for
car, but
sequentials are great for like race applications, but for just
yeah,
cruising, I'm not a super huge fan. I think, um, yeah,
yeah,
that's not a good one.
yeah.
But
Which is
still,
like, you don't cruise in that car. You're not taking that to like the sock hop and putting
right.
the timeout doll on it or whatever. Like that's not that kind of thing. But what a terrifying
Mm.
ball of just I was trying to think of like people say like, oh, this car's fizzy, like it's got the fizz, and it's
That's
bubbly,
levels.
and like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
This is like it's like the Diet Coke and Mentos of
Yeah,
that
right.
analogy. So it's very cool, very different, terrifying. I didn't want to drive it, and it delivered on the reasons why I didn't want to drive it. But in the right setting,
Hmm.
what an absolute monster of a performance machine that thing is, and for not a huge amount of money. It's not like it's going to sell for 100 grand. It's going to sell fractions of that. So like, I don't know.
Just a fun thing for sure.
Yeah.
That is cool. I drove a car I haven't driven in like 20 years this year. I actually bought that car. And it
Oh,
was like one of the most refreshing like drives I've gone on for a while. I went out and I took my son and I bought that 95 Geo Tracker. And I had not driven one of those in 20 years. And we hop in, we're already like, this is gonna be funny. And the little test drive, we both were laughing the entire time because it's literally a lifted Miata, especially in the guise I bought where it's just a rear wheel drive and a 5-speed manual. You can't
sure.
get more simple than that. It's literally like the Miata formula. It's lifted a bit, take the top off. It just, God, it was good. And we bought it in like up in Sac, so it was like a good hour and a half drive home. And the
Nice.
entire time talk about NVH, the speedometer cable was fucking screaming at us. You could hear everything on the road, and it was just the best time ever. Like we were just
Yeah,
unbelievable visibility out of that thing. And just it just felt like special. Like when you're
sure.
in it, it feels like spacious because the roofs are pretty high. But when you look back and you can see the rear of the vehicle, like literally over your shoulder, because
Hmm.
they're incredibly short.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, it was like, I think from the genesis of this podcast, the Hyundai genesis of this podcast is
Hmm.
I've always said how much I want a tracker or a sidekick, and like actually
Yeah,
making that happen in 2025 is like one of my big happy things. And I still love the truck. I know I got to throw a speedo in it, and I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it before I pass it on down the road. But just that drive alone was fucking amazing. So we'll do a couple more fun drives with it, but it's cool to like think about a car for so long and then actually make it happen. And when it actually lives up to what you expected.
Sure.
You know, the anticipation payoff. Dude, that Geo Tracker, that's on my list. One of my best drives of 2025.
Yeah, they're cool. And, I know we've talked about these cars. I don't want to say ad nauseum because not really, but like, I don't know, just the amount. It sucks that there's no equivalent to that anymore. Like
Oh,
you
and
just,
there won't be
for a lot
there
of
won't
reasons.
there
Yeah, there
won't
won't
be. Yeah.
be. I mean, I'm trying to think like what the nearest equivalent could be.
Hmm.
Maybe if like the slate truck thing was more well real. Not
Yeah.
that it's complete vaporware yet, but you never know. And more colorful and splash graphics and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing in that size. I mean, you could get like a two-door Wrangler or a two-door Bronco, kind of get you that kind of boxy two-door roofless experience, but way too big comparatively. But that's
Yeah,
probably it.
yeah,
That's probably the modern analog to that, the Tracker and Sidekick.
yeah. I
And you can get a
mean, like,
manual. You can get it pretty analog, right?
yeah. I'd like to see because we've gone so far down the make vehicles enormous again, like swing of the pendulum.
Yeah, size is safety, man. Duh.
I know, but I
It's
would love
not.
to get. It's not. Well, it might be
It's
safety
first,
for the occupant in it, but the
not even
world around.
yeah, not even that. Like your
Sure.
your dexterity and your ability to handle the vehicle like exponentially decreases based on mass.
You must not be used to handling big things. Ugh.
But no, like honestly though, like I would love to see, and I hope that the pendulum eventually does swing back the other way. And I don't see why EV tech and hybrid shit can't actually help facilitate that. When battery tech gets better and smaller and
Oh,
lighter, and
dude,
EVs don't have to weigh 6,000 pounds, and like and that shit like miniaturizes a bit, like, and
yeah,
we
I
can
don't know.
have
We don't.
stuff get smaller again, and safety tech gets better, and like we can have, and maybe even ADAS shit that I know we largely disapprove of, but like I approve of it if the side effect is that like we're allowed to have you know uh, reasonably sized vehicles again.
I mean,
um
dude, I don't know.
Hot
I
hatches come back, like that'd be rad.
That'd be super rad. EV vehicles aren't like that's going away, dude. That was just some propaganda started by the Chinese government, kind of like COVID-19. It turned the frogs gay. I don't want to get too far down this rabbit hole,
Sure.
but EV
Turn the
vehicles
frogs
aside,
gay.
we could have little ICE engine powered, little
Oh, they're
turbocharged,
gonna
little
say
fun
ISIS
things.
powered, but yeah.
I was thinking ICE like the immigrant side
Oh
of things,
yes, it
but
could
yeah,
also
no,
be the
yeah, I was
ice,
gonna run
the
off that
ice, the ice engine.
Border Patrol, big energy.
Yeah.
But no, like you
This
got
car
an
runs
ICE
off,
engine.
this car runs off of detained slave labor.
But it's like indentured servitude. So the problem is like we all want big vehicles and we think
Hmm.
big is like safe. Like we were joking, but it's like actually a belief in most people's minds. Also,
Sure.
being off the ground is safer, which it absolutely isn't. And then
First
on
off, you
top,
want to be grounded to the ground. Everyone knows
yeah,
this.
Toyota Camry SE.
Hmm.
Final answer.
That's right.
But where was I going with this? So the thing is, like, you have like a kid, and you're like, I need a 3-row SUV. And I'm like, no, you really don't. I grew up in the back of a '87
Oh
Ford
yeah.
Escort, you know,
Oh yeah.
so you can be done. I think we just need to get that thought back in place. Like, more isn't always better. Like a small hot hatch provides a lot of fun. It's way more economical to drive. Fuel consumption's
Sure.
better. All that fun stuff. But you get that mindset going. But right now we're back in like early 2000s giant SUV craze, basically, right? Everything's a giant crossover SUV.
Yeah. I just adopted a Pekingese puppy. So now
Just
now I
wondering where
need
you're going with
now
that.
I need an excursion.
Oh, dude,
It's the
absolutely.
only way to get it to the dog park. Um, and also for me to feel safe, for the incoming nuclear holocaust.
Sure.
So right, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that one for sure is happening. You can put a dog park in the back of your excursion and or Suburban,
could
with
you
the
could.
size of those vehicles. But
I
yeah,
actually, I mean, I own a Suburban, so I could do that. Yes,
there we go. We're there.
I need a dog first.
Yeah, yeah. You could put a few in there. You could put a pack of wolves in the back of
Right.
your Suburban. But yeah,
Join me, brothers, in the wolf pack. We're taking the Suburban. It's a C71.
we're gonna go on a vision quest to improve our masculinity in BLM land. No, not that kind of BLM. We're not woke here. Get in, bro. Cuddle
I
me
love
for
I
warmth.
love how you did the suburban commando Hulk Hogan accent. That was brilliant, dude. Unintentionally talking about a suburban with the suburban
Ah,
commando
the
accent.
Suburban Commando.
That's good. That's a good one.
That's
Huh?
a film I haven't thought about in a long time. Is that
Mm.
where he throws his skateboard literally into space,
I
or is
believe,
that
yeah, after the kids there's a better scene where he holds the guy up. Is that the one where he holds the dude up and he shits himself and he's like, "You smell like," he's like, "I dookied," or so. There's like this scene.
God?
It's so bad. And but then you go back and watch that, and it's like, Hulk Hogan looks the way he does, and someone's like, "How is he 30 in this film?"
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that
bad.
was. And I remember for some reason there was like a cat. There was like a cat stuck in a tree, and he gets a cat out of the tree, and it makes like weird, terrible, fake cat noises. And my friends used to make fun of it.
That makes sense.
It's a
Yeah,
good time. It was a
good
real good
movie.
time.
I
Um,
think we remember all the key storyline points on that one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Cat
guy
noise,
guy
dookie.
craps himself. The space shuttle sees a skateboard get like float past low Earth orbit, and they're all confused by it. Um, good times. Yeah,
Yeah.
good time. Rest in peace. I
Mhm.
guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Problematic human being.
Aren't
But
we
are we
all?
all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Ding. Ding.
Hey. Um. God, what else? Not problematic. Or how about problematic? What were some bad
Ooh.
things? Bad shit. Have you driven some dreadful stuff?
Not as many as you, my friend. I'm sure you've got a
Yeah.
glaring one right there on the front load there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. We talked about boy, I had some seat time today in the 1977 Triumph Spitfire.
Mm.
Believe it or not, I had a hard time starting today. Um,
Did you report that? Because I don't think that's ever been
it's dirty
accounted
as hell.
for.
What was that?
You paused. I thought you had a stroke.
Oh no, you did too. But it says my internet connection is unstable. All right, let's see what happens.
roll
Yeah,
it.
roll. Let's roll. The Okay, here's the thing.
It's probably
Went to go
just
take it out.
engine compression, dude. Don't overreact.
No, it's far sillier. It's far more British.
Mm.
So I had to move it. This was a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I had to move it. Right, it was in my driveway under a car cover. So I took it in this couple weeks. I started and I found it was ice cold,
Mhm.
not detention center ice, but regular icy cold. Here in the Bay Area, which is mid 40s, is about as cold as we run here, and it was at that temperature. So start it right. Put the choke on. It's a rudimentary thing. Start it.
Is that a David Carradine joke right there? Is that what that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
hey,
yeah. It was weird. I had to get naked to use the choke, but hey,
Why was it in the closet?
exactly. No, that's R. Kelly. The What would happen was you'd have to hold it on crank, please. You had to hold it on crank past run a little bit because if I would kept starting, it would start and then die, start and then die, and I'm like, what's going on? And so I kind of held it in place for a little bit to where it wasn't engaging the starter, but it was still kind of over. And I held it there for like 20 seconds and let go and and it held. And then I moved the car and I put it back and it was fine. So doing the same thing today, right? Cold again, had to move it. Went to start it because I was going to go get it washed and take photos because it's going to rain for like 2 freaking straight weeks.
Right.
And I want to get this thing up and listed and sold prior to the freaking smog expiring.
Yeah,
Because
it
if someone in
sucks.
California buys it, no one's going to pay $3,000 to ship this thing covered across the country. So it's probably going to be a local buyer. And so I want to get that done. They can title it with time to spare. We've already burned probably 3 weeks since I smogged it. So I don't want to burn a ton more time. It was doing the same thing. And I fought it and fought it and fought it. And eventually got it to run. And it had never just like, once I got it to stick, I've never had it just fail, right? But driving around, I figured out later it's actually, I feel like I'm giving away my PCP, but here we are.
This is PCP.
There's actually like a weird, like almost like there should be like a detent where it rests in to stay in the run position. But for some reason, between the crank position and the sweet spot where it wants to rest in the on position, If you're in that middle ground, it kills it for
Oh,
reasons lost to time. You would think that there would be continuity between those two positions because
yeah.
it should be giving power to the ignition system during that time.
So you need a
Nope.
new ignition switch, I'm assuming?
Probably.
Yeah.
Our friends at Rock Auto don't have one in stock, and I haven't done
It's
further
actually
research.
shocking, to tell you the truth. I'm actually
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. And
shocked by
because
that.
it's like British Leyland, so it's probably the same for like a Humber Super Snipe or some bullshit from like
Sure.
1952.
Right.
And they killed it off in, I don't know, some Catholic and some Protestant got in an argument, so they stopped production in 1993 or something like
Originally
that.
used in the Spitfire. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it went down with I don't know, but that Mountbatten guy that got killed by the IRA. But yeah, that's
Bono?
so I haven't been no, the Edge.
Oh.
No, but the
Sorry.
no, so there's this weird thing, but it's like one of those like no matter what happens, everyone's going to be upside down in this car, maybe potentially even me. So in the free car. So
Pay
I'm
it
kind of just
forward.
gonna like I'm just gonna be like, here's a quirk. And driving it around, it actually drives okay, better than you would think, because every touch point and every interaction that you have with the car otherwise is awful. The shift knob is like flaking off like black paint on your hand for some reason.
Nice.
There's like first gear and reverse. There's like this weird like driveline lash. Second gear is a little crunchy. The synchros, like you kind of got to go slow, otherwise it'll bite. Rear end makes some awful noises. There's some other miscellaneous rattling noises, but like you think it's going to be dreadful, and it's like, oh, like I just drove 15 miles and it didn't stall, and it didn't feel like it. Like that's not a high bar, I understand,
Right.
but like
Just sell it to some British guy. He'll be like, right then, this thing drives just about proper.
no, the problem is they know how bad it is.
They know it's a piece of shit.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
and-
why they'll buy it without haggling you. You know, they'll be like, nah, this checks out. This is standard event.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we'll just. I kind of like the concept of like this might sell for $800 and everyone loses. Like I kind of like the high risk, almost certainly no reward gamble that would be just running a no reserve auction with it. Like it's gonna be kind of fun, and like
That is
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
It's we'll see. But driving it around, like it's certainly one of the worst things I've driven this year. Like no, full stop. That said, it's still like maybe it's kind of endearing. It's so
Kind of
shitty.
I was
It's
gonna
endearing.
say kind of endearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For all the wrong
it's-
reasons. Like an abusive relationship where there's like one feature about that person that kind of just gets you through the day, you know, but the rest of it's just pure mental and physical
Yeah, but
abuse.
but the feature is something like really bad for your own like mental health.
It's
like,
horrible.
They're
They're like your drug dealer, right? Like
right. It's either no, but
it's
even
still
that
negative.
has a concept of like thrill. I don't know that
No,
there's thrill here.
It's
more,
bad. They're killing you though. Eventually, It
it's
depends.
more like you're dating them because they're the boss's daughter, and now you can't. That's why you're still in this relationship. You hate everything about it, but you're like, oh, I guess it pays the bills, and like that ends when you get rid of it. I don't know, or potentially you could potentially lose a bunch of money on it. Or everything will be okay, and we're not going to notice and know until it has a no reserve auction and sells for $1,100.
Well, something to swing us back to positive. Speaking of the pendulum swinging,
I mean,
let
have
me
you
put.
driven anything terrible?
Let's go. Terrible.
Yeah,
Have I driven
like
anything terrible?
Triumph bad?
No. You know what? Have I driven anything terrible at all? Is a good question. You know what? There was one kind of terrible thing. So I drove out to see another bucket list car of mine this year, 2025.
Turned out to be just a bucket.
It was an absolute garbage heap. And the more it was one of those things where when you're like 20, I'd say 20 yards away, it looked every bit the fantasy piece. But the second you started looking at details, it just fell apart. And that was that 1990 Grand Prix Turbo that I looked at. Those are fucking unicorns.
Is that still on Facebook?
So no, some other guy bought it for like It had to be around 5 grand, and then immediately
Mhm.
listed it for 8,500 without fixing any of the issues. It might, I think
Oh,
they
I think we
eventually
talked
pulled it
about
down.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely brought it up. So I went to check this car out just for those that might not have listened. And 90 Grand Prix turbo, really cool car.
Hmm.
Really cool car. V6 turbocharged Pontiac. I love how those cars look. 1990. I think they aged incredibly
Yeah.
horribly, but I love how they look. I'm just a sucker for that cladding. And they had a turbo engine at the time, and they were just kind of neat. They had a lot of weird features. The interior was wild. The steering wheel was like a fucking calculator,
Hmm.
giant buttons on. So if you got in an accident, you would literally have, I don't know, like radio adjustment knob button imprints in your face.
Sure.
Really good stuff.
Sick.
But it was a cool car. ASC McLaren had their hands on it too, right? So there's a lot of neat stuff going on there. Really cool car. Dude, absolute garbage. Every piece of that thing was like cracked or broken, like the headlights, the taillights, all bespoke too. You have to find
Right.
like the Grand Prix Turbo version. And the worst thing was someone had taken off the intake, like the entire air
Oh.
intake system, and put like an aftermarket cone and filter. And was it amazing to drive a Pontiac from 1990 and hear like noises? Yes, absolutely wild. But would never pass smog.
No.
And that, speaking of bespoke parts, you can't find that airbox anywhere.
God, I feel like
Anywhere.
you'd have to get one off of just like a V6 and
Nothing.
just like
Not even
make
close,
it.
dude.
I know, but just like carve it up and like maybe just keep the lid and just like make it just like look
It
so
was
it can like
so
limp by
wildly.
like a 15-year-old to get by a visual.
So how my brain works is the closest thing I found was like a Toyota Yaris had almost the exact same diameter box. I did the box
Hmm.
diameter measured against other OEM cars. Trust me, I did my work, Frank, because I did all the math of what it would take to get this car like decent. And
Yeah.
I was upside down no matter what, but it was just like a passion project. But anyway, the real deal breaker was dude showed me clear California title. I'm looking over the vehicle and in the door jamb, what the fuck was it? Illinois, Indiana? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Michigan, something like that.
Yeah, like fucking salvage. This car has been like totaled, like the official sticker. And I'm like, hey, what's the story with this? He's like, oh, I've never seen that. And
Doo-doo-doo.
I guarantee that sticker disappeared right after I did. So,
Yeah,
um,
scrapes it off the butter
yeah.
knife.
And he's like, what's the lowest you'll go? And he was trying to get like 8 for it. And I was like,
Yeah, sorry,
I
homie.
cannot go below 4. And even at 4, I was fucked. There was no way I was
Yeah,
bringing that car back from under 10. And it still would have been like a question mark with the intake. So he sold it.
yeah.
I think he sold it for
Damn.
5. He let it go for 5, and then the guy immediately turned it and listed it again, and it sat on marketplace for another like 3 months, and I think the guy pulled the ad down. So
Yeah.
that was a letdown. Did it drove, so there's the ABS system on that car uses some weird air pump thing, and it always
Okay.
fails, and it's rock hard pedal, and I couldn't stop like 3 times and had to like slowly half the car through an intersection and stop and just
Sick.
look around like, yeah, I meant to do that. Did you guys hear the blow off? But it's so bad, dude, that because the brake system had failed, so that needed a rebuild. It drove like kind of horse shit too. It was
Sure.
not clean. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that was a super, on top of that, it was a super letdown to find out I had like a completely total salvage title at one point. So
Bummer.
yeah, dude.
Boomer. Damn.
Yep. I haven't seen another one of those for sale since. So don't plan new either. Pretty
No,
rare.
I just looked on Marketplace. That one's gone. It hasn't come back yet again. Although I did see because the algorithm then feeds me other Pontiacs that I'm aware of. I think I
Ooh.
maybe mentioned to you I found um almost the holy grail of bad cars that I want. 1983 Firebird
Iron Duke.
Iron Duke.
Three speed auto?
In San Mateo, 3-speed auto. I want
That's
the
what
four.
you want. You want to get
No,
the
I want
worst.
yeah, but that's if I can get
Do
the
it.
Iron Duke with just the 4-speed.
Nope. You got to commit, Frank. The worst thing would be that 3-speed auto.
Did I send you the ad?
No,
Here, I'll
but
let you can view it in real time while I discuss it.
I thought you were going
Um,
for the worst of the worst. You need that 3-speed auto GM fucking horrible slush box.
I mean, it's bad,
Do
and
it.
the condition is not particularly great. Like it's white with a blue interior.
That's kind of cool.
It's got, but like half like the fenders are pretty fucking hammered. There's like surface rust on some of the paint. Like it's got the blue and yellow
Patina.
plates.
Yep.
It's which is great, but like the front one, it looked like it's been like hammered back flat like
Baconed.
17 times. Um, And
Yeah,
because I
let's see this
emailed, it
thing.
didn't say what motor
What's
was
this
in it.
price?
And I messaged them. I'm like, does it smog? They're like, yeah, it smogs. I was like, okay.
3,500.
If it was honestly at that price, even with the warts, if it's
Driven
smogged,
30,000 miles. That's
I'm
not
sure
right.
that's not accurate. I mean, it's a 5-digit Odo, so I'm sure it's like two
Two
230.
revolutions, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's an Iron Duke, so it'll always run, but never run well.
No.
But it's like
That
God,
transmission will fail
it
like
might
8
be the
times
worst
before the
of.
motor
Yeah,
does.
what is it? Was that the Turbo 200? I think.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. It's been up for like 9 weeks or something, so I kind of want to be like 18 cash, and like at 18, it's almost
You're
meme worthy. There's no money on the other end
Zero
at all.
Yeah, no.
I'd have to like Earl Scheib the whole car white again, but it's got the stock wheels. The passenger fender's hammered. It's got a trailer hitch on it for reasons lost of time. It's got louvers.
Is the interior clean?
I
did go through
there's
all
a
the
couple
photos.
of photos that are garbage.
Yep.
One shows there's like a cover on the driver's seat. It's all vinyl, like vinyl
Ooh,
seats,
that
vinyl
sucks.
buckets, auto. I don't know. God, like it'd be like driving an S10, but like with no utility and less reliability, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I just. But anyways, that's a tangent.
Should we shut it down
I
and
think
get
we
to
probably
some...
should before we go on
Yeah.
more. We're gonna end up talking about
Till we
more
buy an Iron
like
Duke.
animal semen, and I'm not prepared for that right now. It's been a long day, but it hasn't been that long. We saved that.
Agreed.
We saved that for our non-existent Patreon tier people. What do you want to do?
I'd say we do a little thing called our we've done a few of these in 2025, our automotive print ad quiz game show. I'm gonna dig up something nasty for you. Why don't you describe to our fine listeners what we're about to embark on?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh boy. So this is our poorly named print ad quiz game. In today's emasculating episode, Chadwick here has found, presumably, an ad from a print ad for an automobile from somewhere in the 80s to the 90s up until around the mid 2000s. And he will read the copy from this ad while verbally and manually redacting out. I love that that's a term that everyone's deeply aware of now, redacting. Anything overly identifying, such as the make, model, and year of manufacturer, because that will be my job, is to guess or just know what the year, make, and model of the vehicle in question in this ad is. I get 3 guesses. I get approximately 10 minutes. I can ask for hints in between misses on my guesses, but I won't need those. Please play along at home. Take notes if you want. Chadwick, what you got for me?
I got you something, buddy. 1 page ad, vehicle, passenger side 3/4, kind of a Dutch angle, a little twisty twist to it. Looks cool.
Sick.
A wet surface, some mist coming up from the tires, headlights on, a little bit of opposite lock going on.
Oh, damn.
But don't let that confuse you because the car is not anything like that. So
I'll be the judge.
No, fuck it. Let's just read everything.
Give it
The
to me.
not so minivan.
Okay.
So that starts. Because it has so much. True, it looks like a minivan, but when you consider everything blank has, including its bigger truck-like feel, minivan is a misnomer. For starters, a driver's side facial airbag is standard.
Oh.
I've never seen that in my life. I've never
Oh,
seen
boy.
that terminology, but
Is that like the Peter North edition?
I-
Or like
it's
Could
like
be. I don't know.
moisturizing lotion.
Yeah.
From now on, I don't say airbag. I say facial airbag, by the way. So our 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, add optional all-wheel drive, and you have an extraordinary range of safety features. The engine, question mark, blank comes with a
wait, hold on. It says the engine?
The engine, it does say the engine, question
Okay.
mark. The facial engine, blank comes with a 4.3 liter V6.
Okay.
The largest V6 you can buy.
Okay. Just
Is
in general.
I don't. In the world, I don't know.
Honestly, I mean,
That's a big. That's a lot of displacement.
this is the 90s that we're
Yeah.
talking here, based on what I've gathered so far, and like probably production at the time. Like probably, I can't name one off the top of my
You're
head.
really good at
V6.
Yeah, you're really good at figuring out car decades based on the use of the term facial in the airbag
Yeah,
commentary.
exactly. It was no. I guess it was like maybe
Not genital airbag.
well, maybe just like the concept of bukkake had not made it over the pond yet. Like
Well, it's not
in
Japanese. Like,
1993 or whenever this ad is, and so you can use that term and have it not be just like deeply off-putting and unusable in an automobile commercial. So
it's
yeah,
clearly
maybe.
clearly we're not talking about a Previa. But okay,
Yeah,
so
true.
yeah, 43 V6. You can blah blah blah. Boast exclusive optional Dutch doors.
Oh, the Dutch
Rear
oven.
swing out half doors for greater driver visibility. So if you're looking for a van that's not so many, the one you should look at is Blank. From Blank, the most
Ooh,
dependable, longing
longest
lasting
lasting
trucks
on the
on the
road.
road.
Um,
Like a rock. Okay,
like
Frank.
a rock. Does it say like a rock?
You goddamn right it does.
Okay, I thought you added that in.
You have no.
Like a rock.
That was not creative expressionism. That was me reading.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me what vehicle we're talking about today.
Got it.
Don't even
so
belabor the point because you know
Yeah.
what this fucking thing is.
well, here's
Dirty-
here's the thing. So when
dirty
you
girl.
first said just like, truck based, I mean that kind of immediately brought us to Aerostar
Yep.
as an option, GMC Safari
Mhm.
as an option, Chevrolet Astrovan as an option. Did you say you said four-wheel ABS? Not rear
Did
circuit
I?
only? I don't
Did
remember.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter. I mean, 4.3
Facial?
facial, spinal.
Four-wheel anti-lock
boy.
brakes.
Because I think the Aerostar was rear circuit only. Dodge minivans were
Deep dive.
famously unibody. This is not an Econoline 4.3. It's got to be a GM product, especially when we're like a rocking it. I think I'm gonna like a rock you Bama like a wagon wheel. I'm stretching. It's been a long day for everyone. Let's just say this is let's go 1994
Yeah.
Chevrolet Astrovan. Final answer?
The not so minivan because it has so much. Chevy Astrovan, 1993, my friend.
3. Okay.
And the all-wheel drive was cool because it had a little red all-wheel drive after the Astro, which is kind of a cool badging thing. And the Safaris, I think a lot of those were all-wheel drive too.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. They didn't have an all-wheel drive badge, but they just they're the same vehicle. Let's be honest.
I'm curious, like, big Chevy Astro GMC Safari heads get in, get after us and let us know. But beyond like basic styling cues, like I wonder what the actual true differences between them were. Like if some of them are like, oh, well, the Astro you could get the mini fridge, but the Safari you couldn't, but you can get like the bike rack, or I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I
the
wonder if
GMC. So I'll stop you right there. I've done a little bit of research because I sent you an example already. Because
God,
we've Frank and myself have talked about cheap van life challenges, and I, of course, am going to go full pedo. I'm going full pedo bear on this one.
you're gonna put them like popping out of the back window?
Free candy, baby. But the GMC Safaris obviously have a better interior for the most part, and that was like a GMC thing during the 90s.
Right.
So what I've seen, they're the ones where you can get the optional like fake leather and like the all the trim is kind of different on the door cards and the ceiling. These things are fucking cool. Like I'm actually like I know we're joking about like doing an insanely not going to probably work cheap van adventure van challenge, but these things are incredibly cool vehicles if you think about it. Like and now the prices between 2 and 5K you can get a running one. And it's a lot of vehicle. And that motor, let's talk we definitely need to talk about that 4.3 is maybe
Chevy 305 missing a couple cylinders.
Yeah, maybe one of the better engines GM's ever cranked out.
I mean, what's funny is like if you talk about a 305, nobody gives the Chevy 305 the time of day. They're like,
which they should.
They burn oil and they're no good, and like the fuel injection, the TBIs and
yeah, because you have to say 350 to get an erection out of those.
Exactly. But then, within the same breath, people will be like, "Oh, yeah, the 4.3 is like a great motor when it's closer to a 305 than it is a 350." And but I agree. Yeah, there's the later ones, the Vortex. I mean, they made those until shockingly recently. And they're good. They're stout motors. They make good power. Not great on fuel, but like it's an Astrovan.
Yeah,
or
it's a truck.
Safari, so
It's
whatever.
basically a truck, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did see a guy. This is a while, maybe a couple years ago. It was a guy who on YouTube, don't remember the channel or the name or whatever,
Hmm.
but he had set out to basically like home brew himself a GMC Cyclone,
Okay.
and so he had an
Wow.
S10, and he pulled the transmission and front diff and the all-wheel drive system from like a junkyard all-wheel drive Astro van,
Nice.
put it bolted it into his S10, and like maybe I'm sure like the subframe and stuff. I don't know if he did a frame swapper. I don't remember.
Hmm.
And then he got like an Alibaba turbocharger and like cobbled it together and put down huge power with like not a ton of work, and like it
It's
worked. It
wild.
was like, oh shit, I did it. And I was just like, that's cool and all, but you should have just built all that into the Astro. Like you just turbocharged the Astro van.
Would have been so cool.
That'd been
Yeah.
so dope. I'm sure people have done it. I'm sure people have LS swapped Astros and stuff. It's
Way more of a dick to access everything in that, though.
maybe. I'm sure it depends. I haven't played with one enough to know like if it's you pull the doghouse on the interior
You do,
and you've
but
got
you
like
still have
huge
that
access.
firewall separation where it's like if you're doing like a turbocharger on a vehicle that doesn't have a turbocharger, that's when you run into those shitty issues.
Yeah.
I think these things are cool, man. And I would target one of these for an adventure van because get a mild lift kit on there with the all-wheel drive system, some off-road tires, throw a mattress in the back. You're there.
Yeah. And kits are out there. Like they make kits for them. It's like you can do
Yeah.
that without a ton of pain.
Yeah, the 4.3's up there in the GM Hall of Fame with the Buick 3800, two of my favorite NV6s. Quad 4.
Quad 4's one.
The Quad 4 is cool as fuck. I don't know if it's reliable, but we love it, so we'll go with that.
Well, I feel like they didn't sell enough of them for us to ever truly know.
Yeah, and they're all
That
over
or the
place.
rest
There's
of the
so many
cars fell
versions.
apart around the motor.
That's 100% true.
They didn't sell them in Iron Duke volume for us to know.
Goddamn
Good.
shame.
Good times. I mean, I've kind of
Good job with
already-
that, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That was a layup.
Yeah, of course. But
I
those
feel
are
like
fun.
we gotta go. We gotta get. I don't know. We're running out of cars. Is the freaking problem.
Yeah.
But
Although,
we gotta get.
what we did a CRX that we had never done in 4 years. That
I know, right?
Kind of
Like,
fucking shocking.
I just, I don't know. Maybe we're just unoriginal.
True.
But I mean, speaking of unoriginal, like I haven't done shit. I mean, I did, which is the freaking. I shot my wad early, like the airbag deployment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Talking about the 77 Spitfire. So yeah, I think, and at the end of the day, I got it washed because it was super dirty. And I was going to go do photos with it, and I thought it was just dirty. No, it's just brown, and like half the paint is like super flat. And I was like, shit. I was just like, am I going to spend the energy to polish this thing out? I was like, it's kind of worth. Like if I'm gonna do the thing and polish the turd, I should polish the turd.
Yep.
And so there's let's just say inexpensive but pretty decent detailer that I have access to that it's just was able to like, oh, I could pick it up today and bring it to you like at the end of the week. And I just said like, hey, just like make the black rubber because it's got the big bumpers, the huge bumperettes and dumb stuff because it's a 77. I was like, if you can just find a way to make the black plasticky stuff shiny and black and make what you can of the dead paint shinier. Because I just like rubbed on it a little bit and it looked like it would come back, some of it. I'm like, all right, just like that's fine. That's all I need. So $150, he's gonna do a full detail on it, which is like I'm not gonna spend any more than that on this. This car is like dollar store edition. And so that's kind of where things are at. So and he got it today. So we're gonna find out. Hopefully I can dodge some raindrops, get it shiny, get it shot. And yeah, that's really all the progress I've made. Other than confirm that the Lexus ES300 that we both have perpetually abandoned since buying it as a little project car here. I've confirmed the battery is well, good, and dead.
Get a fresh
that's
one
all
in
the
there.
progress there. Yeah, throw a freshie in it and bring it to you sometime soon, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, because
How about
I need that. I've finished with
you need more projects. In
I
your life.
do because the tracker. So I did put the gauge cluster in it. We talked about this. So I didn't talk about it on the podcast, but Dude, when you have to find a gauge cluster for one of these trucks, this is when you run into like nightmare scenarios, and it's any car with gauge. These are known for like speedometer issues. So
Yeah.
there's like so many variants. There's all-wheel drives, there's rear-wheel drives, there's different years. They had a 16 valve and an 8 valve, and they all came based on packaging, had different gauge clusters. So sometimes you got a
Yes, they
tack,
did.
sometimes you didn't. Sometimes it was a 5-digit, sometimes it was a 6-digit odometer. So
Sick.
the thing is, in a lot of vehicles, you can interchange them. They kept OEMs kept like the same connections in the back because it was the same stuff. Um, not with these geo trackers and sidekicks. You have to find the exact one for your car. The
Right.
only one I could find, and mine's a low mileage. Mine has like 100, and I want to say 105. It could be 104. I don't know, something like that, or 108.
Right.
Somewhere very low mileage for the year, 95. The only one I could find had 200 and something thousand miles. That sucks. It sucks to have to swap that in. But again, the functionality of having a working gauge cluster outweighs the fact that I don't want to sell it without a gauge cluster that works.
Right.
Um,
Damn.
just a pain in the dick. I'll have to, obviously the mileage is all on the Carfax. You can see all the mileage history. You could just do a mathematic formula. I could put a sticky note on it. All kinds of things to like, you could get the right mileage. Because it is a true low mileage vehicle. But it just, dude, that kind of stuff pisses me off. But installed that, which is always a dick. I hate, Frank. I'll take an engine apart any day of the week versus messing with gauge clusters. Everything is so
Old
fragile.
plastic? Come on.
Yeah, like 30-year-old plastic, just trying to wedge it in there and just not break it. At least they're pretty smart. Like you can do 2 bolts and the steering column has
Sure.
some flex to it, which is very necessary. Of course, the hazard button can be pulled off too because they put it right there. It's just shitty all around, man. And I don't want to talk about it too much. But anyway, the tracker's done. So I'm ready pretty much. I need to clean it up a little bit, and we need to image that one too sometime, which
Yeah.
will be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I think that'll be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, that'll be a
Because
fun,
of
fun
and
truck.
that one too, you know, I had talked to a friend of the pod, Mr. Doug DeMuro, and he's down to clown with that car and do content with it, which
Oh, cool.
yeah, which will be fun. I think it's interesting enough for everyone, and getting the bump in views that would bring, I think, is good because it's a nice car.
It's a
not
great example.
perfect, but it's
Yeah.
a very good example. It's
Yeah,
got to be one of the
100%.
nicest.
The interior
around.
is like a 9.25 out of 10.
And it's cloth. Oh
and
man,
and it's got the cool like confetti pattern and everything's good. And it's simple. It's the most simple. It doesn't have a tack, 5-speed manual,
it's got a
rear-wheel drive.
tack.
It does not.
It's got a tack. I swear it's got a tack.
Mine does not have a tachometer
Your
tracker.
sorry, I was thinking ES 300 in my
But-
head.
oh,
was
oh!
the track had the tack. I was like, it's got
Yes.
a tack.
Okay. Does the ES300 has to have a tack. There's no
Yeah,
way
it's got
they-
a tack.
Okay.
It's too fancy.
No, the tracker does not. But anyway.
But yeah, I need to get you.
Give me
you
a-
need to
give me
get
a-
that thing out. I need to get you an ES 300.
Uh-huh. That's what
we
we need to bring.
probably need to get your ass out of here. We need
Yeah,
to
let's go to bed. I'm
we
tired.
we need to pull the plug. Before someone pulls the plug on us. Hopefully you're still listening and haven't pulled the plug on this particular episode of the podcast. Thanks for listening along. Chadwick, you want to close us out here? You want to take this one home?
Let's do it. Let's close up this shit show. So yeah, thanks again for listening, guys. Again, if you haven't yet, by some weird reverse miracle, review us on any place
that's a thing.
whatever your podcast medium of choice is. Go ahead and write a nasty review. We don't care. Any press is good press. Let's go with that. Let's sell that. But yeah, go ahead, leave a review. Also, every episode is put on YouTube, guys. Check us out on there. Subscribe. We are over 100 subscribers, Frank, which is officially
Wow.
100 more than we deserve. But go down there, leave some comments. We do get comments on there, which is awesome. I get a kick out of that you guys are
Yeah.
pushing it on. Why? What's wrong with you?
wrong with you people? Yeah.
Like, Jesus, guys. I mean, we're not judgy or anything, but come on. But no, get on YouTube, check us out there. Follow us on our Instagram, which has always been nearly abandoned. I don't know. It's on like
Holy
life
shit.
support. Like it's on some fucking like
is.
battery
It
backup
is.
that no one's
People
worried
message
about.
us though. Like people
good.
send us some shit.
It's on a battery tender in the backyard, rusting away. But check us out there, APA Podcast, guys. Another pointless automotive podcast. Frank, Oh, let me do myself first before I
Yes.
forget. Auto Obscure Garage, check it out, guys. I need to put some fucking content. It's been almost a month since I posted. That's how busy I've been. I got some Volvo content coming up and some tracker content coming up, and a review of a really cool V50 T5 all-wheel drive wagon coming up. So Auto Obscure Garage, Frank, where can the good people follow you for your world-class photography and hopefully some
Oh,
Volvo
boy.
content?
Excuse me. Oh, Volvo. Yes.
And that one.
Yeah. The Photographer's Garage on all of the things. Mostly Instagram, also occasionally on YouTube. But really, just like find me here. This is a place to kick it.
Find me.
Real quick, because you mentioned
Volvo?
reviewing that. Well, yes. And don't do that real quick. You don't make friends that way. But no, I just typed real quick into Google. It's giving our podcast an AI overview.
No, it's hilarious and it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, should we? You know what? Let's do this. I feel like we'll just tease that out there. Google it.
Yeah, check
I'm not
it
gonna
out.
read it. I'm not gonna read it.
It's
Google
good.
it because maybe it'll boost some. There's some algorithmic bullshit that'll help us out. But it's
Please.
funny. I was like, oh my god, the AI knows about us. And it's pissed. But no, like honestly, thanks for tagging along. We're gonna have some really
Big
fun
AI
episodes
doesn't
coming
want you
up.
to know this one secret.
Exactly, this one weird trick. But yeah, no, it's
Okay.
always thanks for hanging out. We've got some fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned. I know we've been teasing that for a long time, but there is a light at the end of that tunnel. Until then, sleep peacefully and don't get an airbag facial. It's not good for anyone involved.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Hope your 2026 is cool. And
cool
we hope,
and good.
We hope to spend time with you in it. So yeah, we love you guys. Take care as always.
Yeah. Ta-ta. Farewell.